Welcome my friends to the next video in the Create Better Content series where I show you how to tap into your creativity so that you can stay consistent with your marketing and reach more customers. My name is Penny and I'm going to guide you through this content development process. It is my goal to teach you how to create content that's not just stuff that you want to post. It's the content that's going to make more sales. It's the content that's going to grow your email list. It's the content that's going to help your business. So if you want to learn more about how we do all of this, including with our creativity, and how it can develop your content marketing plans, I would love to see you hit that button below and subscribe to this channel. And below in the description box, there are several links. One of the links is for the Content Prompt Playbook. This is a free download, and it gives you the steps to actually talk to ChatGPT so that it gets what you need for your marketing messages, and you don't get like a whole bunch of marketing-ese words and about 10 different emojis. So that link is down there, and then you'll see another link there, and you'll hear me talk about this. It's for the Marketing Strategy Collective program. This is my group of amazing business owners. We get together once a month for our Zoom calls where we help each other with our challenges and our marketing. And it's really based around the idea of learning new skills. The Marketing Strategy Collective is set up. So it's not just about how you're going to develop remarkable content. It's about how you're going to use this remarkable content to grow your business. And we do it in a supportive group online space. So you see the links below, you know what to do to learn more. All right, so today's video. Let's get into this today. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's get into today. Let's talk about something. Let's talk about something for business owners that feels just small, just feels like something we should normally be doing. We should not even be overthinking it. But because this thing is so small and we're trying not to overthink it, it seems to be controlling our revenue. What I'm talking about is your call to action. And I know a lot of you are in this place because people like your content. People are engaging, and maybe they're commenting. Maybe even they're sending you like a DM message saying, wow, that one really spoke to me. That was so helpful. And then you make this offer and you're like, hey, everybody's engaged and liking and DMing me how it was so awesome and helpful. And you put your offer out there and it's just like crickets. Or you don't just put the offer out there. You go, hey, you want to learn more? The link is in my bio. And nothing really happens. So let's talk about this today. Because what is happening here? And I'm sure the story that you're telling yourself is, well, maybe they're not ready. Maybe I needed to nurture them a little bit more. Maybe I don't need to push. Maybe I need to educate more. Maybe I just need to reach more people. And that's not an untrue statement, because those things do exist, especially in marketing, especially with our content. But what I want to focus on today is, what if you are doing all those things? What if you are nurturing longer? What if you are pushing a little bit? What if you did have a bigger audience and it's still not happening? Well, have you taken a look at this, your call to action? Because if your call to action isn't helping people decide, then what's it there for? Because a call to action is not a pressure tool. They're decision tools. So if your call to action isn't working, it's not because people don't like you or they don't like your content or like your business. It's because they haven't got clarity on this decision, and you haven't made the decision clear. So let's zoom out for a second. Let's talk about this from, 10,000 feet up in the air. If we look at it from up there, we look at our content. Your content is here to do one job. It's here to build awareness. Awareness of the problem that people are facing. Awareness of the gap that they're receiving. I want to be here and I need to go here. What's the thing that's going to get me there? That's that gap. Awareness of a desire. I really want to buy that. That's a thing I want to buy. awareness of what's possible. I'm really struggling right now. Maybe if I could pay for these coaching sessions, I could grow my business. I could see what's possible. And this is what our content does. But awareness alone doesn't move somebody forward. A decision does. And your call to action is the bridge between all of that awareness gap, awareness problem, awareness desire, and them making a decision. So when your call to action is vague or soft or too many call to actions, the decision collapses and they don't know what to do. So let's talk about this. Let me talk about some call to action mistakes that I see. And I see this happening a lot, and it's not just the new people. Maybe some of you who've been out there for a while and doing this for years, maybe you'll see yourself in some of these examples here that I'm going to go through. So the first one that I see is too soft. That I see this one all the time. And I understand why this happens. Somewhere along the line, we were taught that we don't want to sound pushy, that we don't want to sound salesy. We used to have this, and I'm showing my age right now. There was an expression years ago that you don't want to be seen as a car salesman, because a car salesman was all slimy and sleazy and what can I do to get you in this car thing. And I think somewhere in our heads, especially as small business owners, we have this vision of this thing that we don't want to be. We don't want to create pressure. We don't want to sound pushy. So our call to action sounds like, if this resonates with you, you like want to explore some ways to like work together. It sounds like that. Or feel free to reach out if you're interested. Link is there if you want it. And that sounds like a call to action, because I'm telling you, there's a link. Feel free, explore. And it sounds very polite. But does it create clarity? Does feel free mean anything? What am I going to get from feeling free? Because it puts all that decision making on me, the buyer. And I walk away thinking, what am I supposed to do? Is this for me? Is this even the right time? Is this, I don't know. Feel free to reach out. I guess if I reach out, if the link is there, okay. A soft call to action often creates uncertainty. And uncertainty like this, so I could feel free to reach out to you. I could explore ways. I could link in that, link is in the bio, all that stuff. But that didn't create an opportunity for me to create decisions, to make a decision. Which leads me to another mistake. Being too vague. That's what I was just saying, that classic, link is in the bio. Link to what? Link for whom? For what outcome? Why now? Why? Why is there a link in the bio? Link in the bio is not a strategy. It's a location. It doesn't tell someone what they're deciding. So if somebody doesn't know what's going to happen with this action that they'll take, they're not going to decide. They're not going to go click on that link in your bio. I mean, picture it like this. Imagine you walk into the store and the salesperson just walks up to you and says, oh, by the way, the checkout is over there. And you're looking at this person and you're thinking, I just walked in. I haven't even looked at anything. Why is the checkout over there? I don't know what I want. I don't even know if I want anything. I haven't chosen anything to buy. That's what link in the bio does without any context. It assumes that you already know what you want to buy and the decision's already been made. But most of the time, it really hasn't, because we don't know what else to do. Which leads me to the next mistake. Too many options. And this is one that I see a lot. It's a very subtle mistake, but it can be very powerful, because we think at the end that we're giving these people the opportunity to say yes to something. So at the end of the content, we could say, you can download the free guide, or book a call, or join the membership, or DM me, or check out the course. Multiple options feel generous, because we think to ourselves, okay, so if they don't want the call, they can at least DM me. Or if they don't want to join the membership, they can at least download this free guide, because if they download the free guide, and the free guide, at the end of it, I'm promoting the membership. So there you go. And multiple options. They feel like a good thing, but then they end up creating like friction, because now the person doesn't know whether to move forward or how to move forward. And when the brain has to evaluate too many paths, it just stalls. So your goal here with your call to action is about clarity, because your clarity is going to create somebody to take action. When we give them too many choices, it makes them pause and just keep scrolling. Well, here's the truth about this call to action stuff. Your call to action is not about trying to close somebody. It's about supporting a decision that already is moving forward in their head, that makes sense. So when somebody has just consumed some of your content, they're in a moment of awareness. Your job is not to pressure them. Your job is to say, if this is where you are, here's the clean next step. That's selling. That's a call to action. It's telling them this is the next step. It says, I'm not going to manipulate you. I'm not going to rush you. I'm not going to overwhelm you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be clear. And I'm going to tell you who this is for, what decision that they're making, what changes after they decide. Because when we get vague and we don't get specific with clear things like that, that's when the uncertainty happens. So instead of link in my bio, why don't you try saying something like, if you're tired of posting consistently without seeing revenue move, and you're ready to build a clear bridge between your content and your offers, this 90-day intensive is where we begin to build that structure. And that's not pushy. That's directional. That's a decision that becomes visible, and visibles get made. Because I said, if you're tired of posting consistently without revenue moving, I just clarified the problem. And you're ready to build a clear bridge between your content and your offers. That means you are ready. You're ready to make a decision, because you know that there's an opportunity there, that when you can build that bridge between your content and offers, you can make more money. So what am I telling you to do? Go to this 90-day decision intensive to build the structure. That's the call to action. So when you see it like that, when you start to see a call to action like that, you see how it can work, and it can help to make the person's decisions get made. That didn't come out right. So that sentence didn't come out right, but I think that I think you understand what I'm trying to say here. So another shift that you're going to change when you think about your call to actions is it's not just something that's at the end of your content. That's another thing that people are doing. It's the completion of your offer. So if your content is saying in the middle of it or at the beginning of it, you're stuck because your message is unclear, and then you end it with, anyway, hope this free download helps. That's a missing piece. The natural completion would be, if you want support clarifying your message and aligning it to your offers, download this free guide, and this is what we're going to do to fix that problem. You see the difference between, anyway, hope that helps, and here's how we do that. The call to action is the logical next sentence, not a random add-on or an awkward sales promo. It's part of the conversation. And it's something that I want you to think about as you continue moving forward, creating your content and sharing it as a small business owner. Because if people are consistently liking your content, but then they don't take action, it means that they feel seen. It means that they get your content and they see your perspective and your point of view and it's resonating with them. But if they're not taking action, it's because they're not being given the action step that they should be taken. They're not being led. So here's what I want you to think about. I want you to take a look at some of your posts. Like, look at your last 10 social posts or videos or whatever, however you're sharing online, and ask yourself, did you clearly state who this next step is for? Did you clearly name the decision that somebody has to make? Or did you just say, buy this, download this? Did you give them just one option? Or did you say, if you can't download this, join the membership? If you don't want to join the membership, you can join this one-time thing. Did you do that? And did you even explain the change that's going to happen after they say yes? Or when you look at those 10 videos or posts, did you default to link is in my bio, DM me, or reach out if interested? Take a look and let me know what you see. Because what that is those call to actions are an invitation. They're not a call to action. And action means taking action. A call to action is making a decision. And revenue and income lives in decisions. So when we think about a clear call to action, it's not one that pressures people. It's one that removes questions. It removes ambiguity. It removes them guessing and overthinking. So if you want your offers to move more consistently, think about how you can strengthen that bridge from the offer to the decision. And that has everything to do with that call to action that you're using in your content. Because when someone knows exactly what they're deciding, they know the answer, they know what's going to happen, the change when they say yes, that's when they finally decide. And that's when you start to grow your customers. So thank you so much for joining me today. If this episode gave you some ideas to start learning some new skills for your marketing, I would love it if you would hit that like button. And then do me a favor, hit the share button and share this with another business owner, because the more people that know about our conversations, the more people that can contribute and the more people that I can help. So if you are looking to take this further, I would love for you to learn more about the Marketing Strategy Collective, because we take all of these ideas, we take all of this information, and we turn it into a content plan that's going to help you drive sales. I want you to stop working in a solo bubble and learn how to work in a collaborative space so that you can get the help that you need on your marketing efforts. The links are below. You know what to do to learn more, because you are magnificent, my friend. And let me be the first to say, I'm proud of you. Until next time.